Hello, everybody. So, my name's Brandon with ExpeditiousFool.com, and what I wanted to talk to you today about is the one muscle that will boost your spiritual practice further the more you develop it, the one muscle that will change your life when you develop it, the one muscle that will 100% flip your entire experience on this planet as of right now if you work every single day to develop it. Now, what is that one muscle? It is in this area right here. It's the diaphragm. The diaphragm, 100%. So, I do a lot of advice for folks between tarot. So the services I offer under my mindfulness organization, I do tarot, breathwork, meditation, yoga of many different forms, right? So I'm advising people and giving people advice not only in their life, but spirituality, career goals, performance goals, fitness goals, all kinds of different areas, right? So with that, what I've noticed is there's a common thread, there's common resistance. So the common thread is that everybody has their own way and their own belief system and where they're coming from. And that's completely fine. It is. But everybody's programming that you're coming in with an issue. You're coming in with an issue most of the time due to bad programming, which means the way that you were doing it before wasn't working. The way that you were thinking before wasn't working. That's why you're coming to somebody for advice, right? So the best thing in that situation is to really take that advice and implement it day to day. That way you can get the experience of it. You shouldn't believe what anybody tells you, but you should get the experience of it. So what I'm telling you right now and what I'm saying is that the one muscle that can change your spirituality, that can escalate it to the next level, that can make you a better person, make you a more successful person, is your diaphragm. And if you work on it each and every single day, I guarantee you will experience exactly what I'm talking about. You will know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're wondering why those funks are too low and sometimes you just can't pull yourself out and you see no way, daily breathwork practice. Daily. Don't miss a day. Start small. That way you can keep up the goal. If you want to know how to incorporate it into your day-to-day, get a one-on-one session with me. That's why I have them available. That way I can take your personal situation and tell you how to work it into your your busy schedule, your breath work into your busy schedule. I can teach you how to incorporate it where it doesn't feel like you're doing work. That's the reason why I have those offered. But 100%, if you are not working on this every day, not only will you not obtain your spiritual goals, you will have more difficulty obtaining any of your 3D goals. You won't obtain any of your spiritual goals. As far as your highest goal, as far as things here, you'll obtain it. It'll be more of a struggle, and it'll take a whole lot more work, which will take a whole lot more energy. You know, it's really learning how to manage that life force energy. Once you do that, you manage your system. Now, how can I be so bold? How can I say 100% this will work? How can I say that nobody can disagree with this, right? It's because science backs it up. It's just most people don't understand how the body works. And it's not talked about by mainstream doctors, scientists, etc. So I'm going to break down and demystify some stuff for you here. So first and foremost, our brain. It doesn't think anything by itself. No thoughts is it thought of by itself. I understand. Most of us relate with our brain because it's the one that's talking to us all the time, right? We hear it all the time in our head, so that must be us. It's not. Even the words that are coming out of my mouth right now, they're really not that important in the grand scheme of things, as long as we remember how to breathe. Again, how to breathe. Most of us are doing it improperly. So, with that, what I'm meaning is our body sends signals to our brain that says, I want neuropeptides for this emotion. When it does that, your brain then starts thinking thoughts for whatever the chemical that the body is telling it wants. So if you're holding yourself in a position of fear, of stress, it's going to want cortisol. So it's going to start sending to your brain, hey, start sending us thoughts of fear and stress. So your brain will kick up and start thinking of those things. So that comes from the body first. On top of that, right? So fear and stress, then your brain starts thinking fear and stress. Then you get in that you get into that program. The other thing is, the longer you're in that program, the more that's your natural state. So then your brain starts thinking those things naturally. Then you think that's just the way things is. It's not. It's how you were holding your body. It's how you were breathing. So, again, to further demystify and explain the chain of how we get bad thoughts, right? So, first and foremost, your diaphragm takes on the environment. It has a lot of receptor cells on it. It takes on the environment. It has a lot of nerves on it. It takes on the environment and says, okay, this is what's happening, right? You know, those gut feelings, you get those before anything else. That's the reason why they're so important. So the diaphragm goes, this is what's happening. Okay, let's regulate the lungs like this, because the diaphragm makes the lungs move, right? So it's like, let's regulate the lungs like this based off of whatever the situation is. If it's a stressful situation, it's going to be chest breathing, really shallow. It's going to be up here. If it's a rest and relax, it'll be down here, more exhale in the belly, right? And then so your diaphragm controls your lungs. Your lungs control your oxygen. Your oxygen levels and things of that nature control your nervous system. Your nervous system controls your heartbeat. All of these things combined then send a signal to your brain which says, think this. Then your brain starts thinking. That happens all less than a split second. That way everything is taken care of. You seamlessly don't notice much because you haven't paid attention to your internal system yet. So you just go with whatever the brain's thinking. Again, stress and worry, anxiety, all of that. Everything we think is literally just to justify a thought or a decision we've already made, or to back it up, or to cause resistance from it. The decision's already made before it even gets to our brain. Ugh, that's another one a lot of people don't realize. We think about things, and then, no, we stress about things. That's it. That's all the brain does. The decisions are already made before we get there. When I get to that part of the discussion, it breaks logic. I understand not everybody's going to follow me with that. That's okay. Guess what? If you focus on your breath work day to day, every single day, long enough timeline, you'll get to where I'm talking about. You'll understand exactly what I'm saying with that. So 100% can't be denied, can't be disagreed with, can be resisted, meaning you don't want to do the work every single day, but that is the only thing. It can't be denied. This will give you 100% results, both in your career, your fitness, your spirituality. Spirituality, it is the crutch. It is the only way you will learn how to fully be the grace for presence of source in this world, to fully look at people indifferently, to fully be able to process your emotions so you're responding versus reacting. It is the only way. Scientifically, it is how the body is created. The reason why it's not talked about is because entire collective of humans that were managing their own systems and getting along would have no need for the current structures. So that's the reason why it's not talked about. 100% the best revolution that you can do for anything, and the best evolution you can do for yourself, is to learn breath work, learn how to properly breathe, and really work on that diaphragm each and every day. All right, everybody. That's the information I have for you today. If you'd like to schedule a breathwork session with me, meditation, yoga, tarot, anything like that, go ahead and DM me on Expeditious_Fool on Instagram, and I will get you taken care of. Thank y'all so much. Y'all go out there and have a great day on purpose.